An early M&M advertisement, which is a personal favorite of mine, shows a black and white picture of a rough and potholed country road. In the foreground is the rear view mirror of a vehicle, but the mirror doesn't reflect the potholed road. It reflects instead a sleek modern highway with a very modern off-road vehicle speeding along on it. And the tagline below says, "Roads will follow." And I love this ad because it so clearly reflects the Mahindra credo and the Mahindra way of life. Be ahead of the curve. Build, because roads will follow. And as I look back today, on the cusp of our 75th year, it's clear that being ahead of the curve with the confidence that roads will follow is something that we have done consistently since inception. I'll give you a few examples. We built the first utility vehicle in 1949, even before transportation was declared to be a focus area in the first Indian 5-year plan of 1951. We entered the agriculture business in the early 60s, just when agriculture and wheat production became a focus area of India's 1961 third 5-year plan. We joined up with British Telecom to form Mahindra British Telecom in 1986, when the telematics industry was still in its infancy and long before IT became a sunrise area. Mahindra World City came into being in 1997, before the 2000 SEZ policy was formulated. We made our first electric vehicle, the shared vehicle, the Bijlee, in the late 90s. I repeat, in the late 90s, long before electric transport became a matter of national policy. And today, our belief that environment and sustainability are the doors to the future has resulted in green revenues of $400 million and growing, which again puts us way ahead of the curve. Each of these ventures has paid off because we have built with confidence in our vision of the future, and roads have followed. Today, discerning the future is much more difficult than before. In the last 12 months alone, there are enough examples of the old verities gone topsy-turvy. Trade wars are out in the open, with countries like ours being simply collateral damage. The Brexit imbroglio continues without any discernible way forward, and oil prices continue to fluctuate alarmingly as oil becomes a political weapon. Domestically, we have struggled with liquidity issues, the NBFC crisis, a slowdown in manufacturing, a drop in consumer demand. Given the overall scenario, I do believe that we have been able to turn out impressive numbers in the last financial year. Our consolidated revenue crossed 100,000 crore rupees. Our revenues at Mahindra and Mahindra plus Mahindra Vehicle Manufacturers Limited crossed 50,000 crore rupees for the first time. Our profit at Mahindra and Mahindra plus Mahindra Vehicle Manufacturers Limited also crossed 5,000 crores for the first time. So all in all, it's been a year where we have kept moving in spite of an overall slowdown in the economy. And we will continue to chart our future course much in the same way as we have done in the past, by moving on and ahead, and building with the confidence that roads will follow. We have launched 3 new utility vehicles because we believe that UVs continue to be objects of desire and the choice of customers for personal ownership. But we will continue with our investment in electric vehicles, again, because we believe they will be a very important future segment. The government's announcement of its policy of FAME 2 bolsters this belief. Our investment in farm machinery companies is also part of our belief, and roads are beginning to follow. We have a conviction that we need to have a foothold across the entire mobility spectrum. So, we are now the proud creators of a luxury electric vehicle, something we call sustainable luxury, that costs 2 million euros. It is named the Battista. Now that may sound like something which is outside our normal activity, but I believe that here too we are ahead of the curve. Just as we are also ahead of the curve on environment by pledging to become carbon neutral by 2040 and by lining up with the Paris Agreement goals limiting global warming. Seeing a shining vision of the future and acting on it has been part of our DNA for the last 74 years. And I say to you that it will continue to be our guiding light. And of course, roads will follow.